Pisces, I want to share something with you. I've had the visions of blue light beings a few months ago, and it so happened that today I was browsing the internet and there was this YouTube video about this person talking also about maybe 3 weeks ago seeing them in their vision as well, in their meditation, and then taking a picture and those blue beings or orbs showing up. I just want to put it out there for those of you who are starting to connect with other beings, to not be afraid, because they are really benevolent, higher frequency life forces that are really here to show us, whether they are angels, however you want to call them, that there is always just energy, and that there is much more than this tangible world, this three-dimensional world, so many other dimensions, and how magical that is. You have energy transmission here with Arcturus, and in this moment I feel so much sacredness around this space and around me. Today I really felt as if I could almost feel those other beings around and trying to connect. And you know, they are at much higher frequency than we are, and so they cannot come and incarnate into our lower frequency. So it's up to us, to those of us who actually, when we meditate, rise to higher frequency, then we can connect. I'm feeling the vibrations right now very intensely, and the spread that I have here is definitely more collective reading. I feel that it's really connecting us to this Mother Earth of ours that we need to cherish, that we, at this time, as we have been destroying it, really destroying ourselves by our ego and too much left brain orientation, there's a sense of needing to protect this earth. And I feel a little bit emotional about it, because you know, when you see plastic everywhere and the pollution that we just don't even care. It's like living in this illusory world that our actions don't have any consequence. Living in a fantasy world, a sort of delusion, denial of what is actually happening. And this is not to scare anyone, but it's, you have Earth here, nurture nature. It's just a reminder that we are not separated. We are one, completely one with what's around us. And the wisdom that is carried by the earth that was here before us and will be here after us, you know, is so huge that yesterday I was talking with a friend who is very mystical and who knows a lot about cosmovision and the relation, especially here in Peru, between the portals that were built by the Incas, pre-Incas, and their true connection, spiritual connection with other beings, star beings. He was talking to me about how crystals are formed and how it's millions and millions of years for them to actually form the diamonds, the rubies, the emeralds, and just the richness that surrounds us, and that us little things, that we're here just for a little bit, we have dismissed completely. And this is just a pause that I'm feeling guided to share here. It's bringing here to this Lemurian era. I don't know if you guys know about the Lemuria and Atlantis civilizations that some say, of course we don't know exactly, but there's a myth that they are buried under the ocean, the water, the Lemuria being in the Pacific Ocean and Atlantis being the Atlantic Ocean. That those beings were highly evolved, highly spiritual, and very connected, and somehow, the water has taken over, and it's like there's buried civilizations underneath us right now. Like Mount Shasta, it is believed that there's a civilization that is buried underneath, and it's very well known for its vortexes of energies. If you go there, you might feel it for yourself. Remember how we had the Sacred Mountain yesterday in 2 different decks? This is a new deck, and Sacred Mountain came again, reminding me very much of Machu Picchu or where I am right now in Peru, but it's not about Peru itself. I do feel Peru talks to me. The mountains definitely talks to me. I can definitely feel that there was beings here a long time ago that were extremely evolved spiritually. And I feel that right now, even though we feel as ego beings that we have evolved and we are very complex technology and civilizations, I feel that we are actually very primitive when it comes to consciousness. And this could be calling to really, as we start opening up more to our right brain, the creative brain, and we start allowing ourselves to disappear as a personality, there's so much potential to reconnect with the very small things, this grounding, this earth, this Virgo still season that we are in the middle of. I feel we're being called at this time to really protect our earth. Right now I'm feeling she's calling, and there's tears. I feel tears. It just rained here. There's a sense of ancestors coming up as well. Look. And the important mission that we all have at this time, especially Pisces here, of bringing the light, of helping in the shift of consciousness. Legacy of light here. You have the kid, the more mature woman, and then the grandmother. How there is no end and no separation in time. Some of us might be time traveling at this time as well. We're asked to restore life. It feels like Mother Earth and the beings on it have been dead, living dead. And you have here Priestess of the Phoenix. The priestess is you, Pisces. Life restored. Restoring the life within you. As you do so, you are significantly, don't think it's a small thing or just you and your aloneness. No, by just changing your own vibration and frequency and living more in the light and more conscious. Maybe when you have kids, you can bring more consciousness to them as well. we bring more life to this life we were given, instead of continually destroying it. It feels very important right now, this mission, global. And we are definitely living in this global pandemic. We are living in a generalized sense of fear for a lot of the population, maybe half of it, but the other half is also waking up to a deeper truth. And we have truth here. It came here as well, listening for truth. Right now, we cannot believe mainstream media, mainstream, whatever. I think we are really waking up to the fact that we all contain in our own being inside the deepest truth. That yes, it is unique, but at the same time, it is completely connected to the rest of life itself, other beings, other humans. And you have here community and alone time that came together. Association of worlds, Vega, alone time. As we reach deep down in our own ocean, we are going to start opening up and associating. There's a black cat here. With the rest of the world, the cosmos. Yeah, black cat. And maybe in our aloneness, find this sense of community. And that's what is being felt right now. It's that even if you feel lonely, you're not. You're never alone. It's all energy. And we are here in this time of change, where we're getting out of this guilt mentality of feeling that we hurt this person, or feeling that we need to undertake the whole world on our shoulders. This is not what it is. This is no longer being in the negative narrative that is, oh, look at how we've been destroying everything, and having this fear of, maybe in 2030 Earth won't be sustainable, all of those things. It's about focusing on the change, the legacy of light that we can bring. As we become more conscious of the fact that we are energetic beings, at the root of it. And this power of sound here that came in here called to me about every word that you say. It's a sound. The tone of your voice when you're talking to someone. Are you talking with loving compassion? Is your tone of voice full of understanding, forgiveness, love? Not personally, but because your heart is open inside, and because you are only light and you are only rooted in that. That will change the tone of your voice. That will change the energy you transmit at every single moment of your life to anyone. Your boss, your co-workers, your kids, your significant other, your family, sisters, brothers, stranger. That can make such difference, because at the core of it, subconsciously, we can feel this energy field. So it's never really about what is being said. It's really about what is the energy behind the word. I have Orion very present here, so it could be some of you maybe come from Orion, or the Arcturians or other beings. There's the Pleiadians as well. Earth is just a speck, and so we are nothing. But we're so important though, because we are energy. We are another life that needs to shine its light. 44th, master number, master builder. We are to build this legacy of light and go against the grain. 4-4 here and 4-4-4. This is a very angelic number, calling for some of you to Archangel Michael, but it's different for everyone. We're asked to not dim our light. We're asked to tell a story. And I feel that those readings are stories that I'm just a channel that I'm just open to and bringing here to you guys. Just sharing with you. We're asked to really step forward. The Fool energy came a lot. You have Fool here, leap of faith, which is this whole new beginning, number 0, getting on with it. Taking that leap of faith, that trust. This is also for me a Fool energy. She's jumping onto the light of the moon. And you got the Lunar Queen, she of the celestial crescent. Egypt here. Uniting with the angelic self. This rise we are going through, Pisces, awakening divine perception, eye of Horus. So there's a definite shift here. There's a lot of us are awakening to this presence beyond ourselves and to the mission, the cause that is higher than a personal one. But then we're asked to shine it in our personal way, to express it in our personal way. It's like this whole earth is one being with all those different facets. And those facets are all those different human beings. Empowerment with this huge moon behind. This creativity, you cannot hold back anymore. It's like it feels there's a pressure. It's a pressure cooker right now. We cannot not live in our truth. Because until now, we have been, in a sense, tricking ourselves or being tricked. You have the trickster here. When I asked for clarification, the 7 of Wands came, which is we need to stand our ground. Within ourselves, with our own mind and compulsive behaviors, and within whatever other people say or whatever society says or whatever we've been conditioned to be. Because now, what came as well is the Fool and Justice. We need to rebalance life. We need to restore life. Help the earth rebalance. And for that, there needs to be a risk. We need to risk our ego. We need to risk our comfort zone, our limitations, our barriers, our sense of, comfort, security, illusory sense of safety. In this sense, the word sacrifice is beautiful because sacrificing ourselves to a higher cause liberates us. By the way, underneath I see Lady of the Stars, Priestess of Sirius. So Sirius, those are also other star beings. Lady of the Stars. I feel like that today. Connecting with other beings. You're asked to not let anyone get in the way of your manifestation. To keep your focus north, which is spiritual. to keep this passion alive, or maybe renew it, this fire. Take care of this fire. Storyteller, there's this fire energy that we need to keep on nurturing. Every single day, every single moment, we need to keep on nurturing this fire within ourselves. As we keep on nurturing Mother Earth. As we nurture ourselves, we're nurturing also Mother Earth. We are part of Earth. We are Earth. So when you're not taking care of yourself, Pisces, you are dismissing the Earth as well. We are a reflection of her. We are a part, intrinsic part of her. So this truth is coming here as a very significant theme. She's listening for truth in this shell, yeah? You know, when you listen to the ocean in the shell, you can start hearing stuff. You can ask for help. You're surrounded by helpers from the subtle realms. And it's as easy as just opening your heart and genuinely asking for help for anything. Yeah, I'm having my nose itch, so they're definitely here. As you tap into this inner strength of yours, this feminine energy, calm, cool, compassionate, for yourself, accepting of life, community is here. So this urge right now to transform for more than ourselves. The ancestors are here, light beings are here, maybe animal spirits. You can recognize signs, synchronicities. We talked about that yesterday. When the water overflows, and it might be what happens also, we're seeing that the water is slowly but surely gonna reshape the planet, yeah? But this is also you overflowing with creativity, with abundance that needs to be shared. Yeah, we got this card here. New blueprints. And blue actually coming out with this those blue light beings that I was mentioning in the beginning. It's interesting. I'm definitely feeling that we are being recreated. And there's a definite acceleration. And some of you also here might be pregnant and maybe give birth to kids. A lot of people are saying also that the kids that are going to be born now are going to be crystal children, rainbow children. You can look that up on internet, but it's just children that have extrasensory perceptions, and there's already a lot of them, and a lot of Pisces are that actually, which are kids that have a higher consciousness, that are gonna bring more light, this legacy of light in the future. There is hope. But there's also surrender. Because as we become more vulnerable, the planet becomes more vulnerable, but we allow ourselves to also become more vulnerable, that's ego death. Because the ego just thinks and wants to think that it knows everything. That's been the issue. But once you surrender completely to, I really don't know nothing. Really, I don't. Then you become the channel of pure light. Then you become available to love. Then you are beyond yourself. beyond the mind, left brain. So this reading really feels very much suspended, but that's the energy here today, Pisces. I'm just gonna get a card here of the goddesses, and then I will go next to the tarot reading. Don't be ashamed of yourself, Pisces. I don't know, this came through right now. Don't be ashamed. We have been put down, consciously or unconsciously. And the thing is, our true freedom, our true home is free and cannot be put down or put higher. It is just what it is. You have home here. The sense of warmth, of true home, nobody can take it away from us. This sense of true love, of tenderness, of care for ourselves, our birthright, the birthright of Mother Nature, is to be. And what is being felt is that if we've been really, our actions towards the planet Earth has been destruction only because there's been a lack of love inside ourselves, and a lack of love for ourselves. Because if we were kinder, every single gesture that you, or action that you undertake, a word that you say, or the way you say it every day to yourself, how do you talk to yourself or others, this power of sound, is how we act with the earth, with other people. So what is going to be our story? What is going to be the story that you're going to tell to your kids or your grandkids? What is it going to be? The truth? Or just another denials, illusory fantasy world that we live in, that everything is fine when it's not, and just carrying on with the lower state of consciousness? How can we wake up? How can we help the overall frequency of consciousness rise? And a lot of collective meditation have been done where when a lot of people collectively and individually sit in silence, quietly, there has been recorded a rise of the frequency of the earth itself, resonance, the Schumann resonance, which would rise tremendously because we have an energetic effect. We are this energy. So instead of belittling ourselves, putting ourselves down with this guilt, let's choose to change this and rise. Be part of the solution, not the problem. It's not about fighting the problem, it's about becoming conscious of it so that we can find a creative solution for it. And we can all do that at our very individual level in very specific way. Again, it can be as simple as just the way you talk to yourself, and then the tone of voice that you use when you're talking to your significant other or your friend. When you touch someone with the energy of love and of understanding, simply by living this as your frequency, making them smile, or just your smile is so radiant, that has an effect on this person. it lights their day, even if it's just a split second. And then maybe they will be able to make the day of someone else. The ripple effect. The change has to happen in a local way at this time it's being felt, because we cannot trust the generalized governmental global happening right now. So how can we create change in our neighborhood, in our family, in ourselves? Because this change will happen only when you change you. Also, I was listening to Sadhguru today, and he was saying something about, I have transformation here, about how the difference between animals and human beings is that a human can choose to be. Animals can't. There's this compulsive activity behavior. The human can choose to be human being, but are we really being human? That's the question. The transformation that can now take place in the evolution of the human species, let's say, is consciousness. Yeah? You have humor here. Humor is a frequency. It's a higher frequency. Sometimes just having a laugh with someone, singing, the power of sound, music, celebrating. Can change so much in the vibrational field around you. And don't think that it's so small that it won't affect anybody else. As you being life, you are already a cause. Every single thing you say, do, think, the thought is a vibration, has an effect. Yeah? Transition. Illusion, yeah. And you have underneath certainty. Having certainty in yourself, going against the grain, not doubting yourself anymore. We are definitely in this transition away from this illusion, Pisces. Whatever tricks, the trickster here, the fox energy, manipulation has been put upon us, maybe it's in your personal life as well. You're starting to see very clearly. The owl medicine. You're starting to, as a Queen of Swords, cutting through all that. And you're no longer being blinded by the illusion, all of it. In your personal life and in general in the world right now. Take one more. Oh, it's beautiful, Pisces. Yeah, you have accepted yourself radically. You are doing that. You are fully embracing the life that you are. With its weaknesses, with its shadow, with its light, with all of what it is. It is the beauty, the richness of who you are. And the uniqueness that you bring to the world, to Mother Earth. And see how we started with actually Mother Earth. And you have here number 11, which is master number. Demeter, which is the mother that brings nutrition, and it's definitely Mother Earth here. How are we nurturing ourselves? How are we nurturing more than ourselves? Pisces. On this note, I'm gonna leave you here, and I will see you in a second in the tarot reading. Take care.